Associate Professor, Department of English, Vidyasagar Kala Mahavidyalay, Khairi Vijayawada, Ramte. Today, we are going to learn a famous poem in the Bazaars of Hyderabad, written by Sarojini Naidu. Let us begin with the introduction of the poet. Sarojini Naidu, who was born in the year 1879 and died in the year 1949, is known as the Nightingale of India because of poetic lyrics that she wrote. She was a great freedom fighter. She was involved in Indian freedom struggle and contributed a lot to make India free from the clutches of British. She was president of Indian National Congress in 1925 conference. Her poems are fine blend of Indian and English sensibilities. She brings simple subjects and themes related to Indian life into her poems. Her poems deal with the subjects like nature, patriotism, subjects related to day-to-day life of common man. Now, we will learn or we will begin with introducing the poem. As the title suggests, the poem depicts the picture of bazaar situated in Hyderabad. This poem is written by Sarojini Naidu. In this poem, the poet has described a crowded marketplace of Hyderabad city. The marketplace described in the poem belongs to the pre-independence area. This is not a market which is what we can say modern day market, but the picture of a market which is situated during the pre-independence era. But one thing is noticeable over here, though Sarojini Naidu has given the picture of a market situated during the pre-independence era, but this market symbolizes any Indian market, any busy Indian market which can be situated in anywhere in India. So the poet writes a poem, or rather I can say that the poem is written in a form of a dialogue between a customer and merchants. The customer who is moving in the market speaks with various shopkeepers, vendors, peddlers, and inquires about the goods they are selling in the bazaar. The poem speaks about the rich colors, different smells, sounds, pictures, and variety of tastes of the Indian bazaars. The poet pictures all these things in the poem, and reading this poem is a sensual experience for readers. The poem contains total 5 stanzas. Further, these 5 stanzas are divided into sets of 6 lines each, and the rhyme scheme in the poem is AB, 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 which means the first line of every stanza is rhyming with the third and the fifth one, and second line of the every stanza is rhyming with the fourth and the sixth line. Now, we will try to understand the poem stanza wise. As I have already told you that the poem is containing 5 stanzas, so we can say that. And at the same time, the poem is written in the form of a conversation between a customer and the merchants. I will read the first stanza for you. What do you sell, O ye merchants? What do you sell, O ye merchants? Richly your wares are displayed. Richly your wares are displayed. Turbans of crimson and silver. Turbans of crimson and silver. Tunics of purple brocade. Tunics of purple brocade. Mirrors with panels of amber. Mirrors with panels of amber. Daggers with handles of jade. Daggers with handles of jade. So we will try to understand what the writer is, we can say, trying to tell us in the form of a first stanza. The customer asks the merchants who are selling various goods in the market that what actually they are selling in their shops. The first question that has been asked by the writer is that she is able to see the various kinds of shops are there. The merchants have displayed their goods, and she is asking that what they are displaying from their shops, what actually they are selling from their shops. At the same time, the customer is able to see different kinds of wares, different kinds of goods which are displayed in the shops in the Bazaars of Hyderabad. The writer further describes the various shops situated in the bazaar. She says that turbans of crimson and silver colors are there for what we get there are kept there for selling. At the same time, the tunics with purple brocade are there. At the same time, at one shop she is able to see the mirrors with the panels of amber are also displayed for selling. All, and in one shop she can see that there are daggers which have the handles of jet and other precious metals. Or in short, we can say that in the first stanza the writer is speaking, or rather the customer is speaking with the shopkeepers, and she is inquiring that what kind of different wares, what kind of different goods are there, those are kept by shopkeepers for sale, and customers are coming over there and they are trying to, what we can say, they are watching all those things which are displayed from the shops, and they are trying to purchase those things from the merchants. Okay, now we will move to the second stanza of the poem. In second stanza, the writer says, "What do you weigh, O ye vendors? What do you weigh, O ye vendors? Saffron and lentil and rice. Saffron and lentil and rice. What do you grind, O ye maidens? What do you grind, O ye maidens? Sandalwood, henna and spice. Sandalwood, henna and spice. What do you call, O ye peddlers? What do you call, O ye peddlers? Jasmine and ivory dice. Jasmine and ivory dice." So the writer further, what we can say, moves in the market, and then she speaks with the various other shopkeepers. In the second stanza, the writer further speaks about the shops of the food grains and eatables. She asks the vendors that what they are weighing in their shops. She could see that their shops are filled with various kinds of food grains, various kinds of materials of, what we can say, that we eat. So she inquires that what they are weighing, and then food grains which are containing the things like eatables, which are containing the things like saffron, henna, lentil, rice, and other such eatables. And then, what we can say, in one of the shops, the writer sees that some maidens are there, and those maidens are busy grinding something. When she inquires about that what they are actually grinding in their shops, she comes to know that the maidens are grinding sandalwood, they are grinding henna, they are grinding spices. The writer also hears the call of peddlers. They are moving here and there in the market, and all over those peddlers are moving, they are selling something. That's why when the poet hears the call of peddlers who are moving around the market and selling their goods, she inquires that what they are selling, and she gets the answers that the peddlers are selling various small goods which are useful in day-to-day life, and these things are these things contain such as jasmine and dice which has been made up of the ivory. So in the second stanza, few other shops are explained by the writers, and what we can say, by explaining the goods, the materials which are available in the shops, she wants to show, she wants to display, she wants to tell the readers that variety of things are available in the market of, in the bazaar of the Hyderabad. Now we will go to the stanza number 3. In stanza 3, the writer says, "What do you make, O ye goldsmiths? What do you make, O ye goldsmith? Wristlet and anklet and ring. Wristlet and anklet and ring. Bells for the feet of blue pigeons. Bells for the feet of blue pigeons. Frail as dragonflies' wings. Frail as dragonflies' wing. Griddles of gold for the dancers. Griddles of gold for the dancers. Scabbards of gold for the kings." Scabbards of gold for the king. The customer, or rather writer as a customer, further goes here and there in the market, and when the writer goes by the shop of a goldsmith, the writer says that, or rather the writer inquires that what means those goldsmiths are creating, what those goldsmiths are, what we can say, busy in making, and then she finds that they are making various kinds of beautiful ornaments out of gold. At the same time, being a customer, the poet inquires about what actually the goldsmiths are making, is what kind of ornaments are those, what they are, what we can say, actually creating out of that gold. And the writer comes to know that the goldsmiths are making wristlet, anklet, and the ring out of the gold. They are also making bells for the feet of the blue pigeons, and their creation is very perfect, so beautiful, so nice, so frail as a, what we can say, frail as a dragonfly's wings. In some shops, the goldsmiths are also making griddles of gold for the dancers. In what we can say, some shops, the scabbards are being made by the goldsmiths for the swords of the kings. So thus we can say that in the stanza number 3, the writer has described the shop of the goldsmiths which are situated in the bazaar of the Hyderabad. Now we will move on to the stanza number 4. In stanza number 4, writer says or speaks, "What do you cry, O ye fruitmen? What do you cry, O ye fruitmen? Citron, pomegranate and plume. Citron, pomegranate and plume. What do you play, O musicians? What do you play, O musicians? Sitar, sarangi and drum. Sitar, sarangi and drum. What do you chant, O magicians? What do you chant, O magicians? Spells for the eons to come. Spells for the eons to come." So in this saga, the writer tells us, the poet, what we can say next, hears the writer speaks about the, what we can say, other different shops when she hears the call from the, what we can say, fruitman, and who are calling customers to their shops for purchasing fruits. Their shops are filled with different fruits such as citron, pomegranate, bloom, and other various kinds of fruits are there. The bazaar also has some shops which are selling musical instruments. Different kinds of musical instruments are there, and then the writer inquires about the musical instruments which are available in their shops, and various kinds of musical instruments which are kept for selling contains sitar is there, sarangi is there, drum is there, and other such kinds of musical instruments are there which are kept for selling by the shopkeepers in their shops, and those can create the wonderful kind of musical tunes. The bazaar also has some entertainers who are, what we can say, entertaining the crowd gather over there, and they are trying to earn some money by doing so. And some magicians are there, some musicians are there. So by watching those magicians catch the attention of the writer, and then writer hears that those magicians are chanting some of the magical mantras, some of the magical spells, and they are what we magical spells, and they are showing their magic to the people who have gathered over there, and what they are trying to entertaining them. And with those mantras, the writer says that as if with the help of those mantras and magical spells, they are trying to create their magic. They are trying to, what we can say, trying to tell about something about the future, tell about some, what we can say, magics and magical tricks, and people are enjoying all those tricks which are shown by the magicians. Now we will go on to the last and the fifth stanza of the poem. The writer further says that the bazaar is filled with lot many things. The customers and merchants are busy in their trade of buying and selling. And at one of, what we can say, one of the corners, or one of the, what we can say, place in the market, the writer is able to see the flower girls. Plenty of different colored flowers have been kept in the shop, and they're busy weaving or creating something with the help of those flowers. The writer sees the flower girls. These flower girls are busy in their work, busy in their shops. The writer asks them that what they are weaving, what they are creating out of these beautiful flowers, and then she gets to know, she gets the answer of the question, or rather, she comes to know that the poet says that those flower girls are weaving the crowns for the brow of the bridegroom. At the same time, they are also weaving the chaplets of flowers to decorate his bed. Then she says that, what we can say, give some decoration in the bridegroom's room, what we can say, prepare some crowns for the brow of the bridegrooms. They are, what we can say, weaving that different materials with the help of the flowers. And then the poet also tells that the flower girls are also weaving the sheets of the white blossoms. So the writer is quite curious why those flower girls are weaving those white sheets, and she comes to know that the poet also tells that the flower girls are also weaving the sheets of the white blossoms, and those sheets of the white blossoms they are creating from the very fresh white flowers, and which they are preparing those white sheets out of those fresh flowers because they wanted to sell to be offered on the grave of the dead. Here we can see that thus the writer shows the contrast in the work of the flower girls, which the flower girls who are working in their shops, who are creating very beautiful, what we can say, chaplets from the with the help of the different colored flowers. The writer tries to show the contrast in their work and says that those flower shops weaving different kinds of what we can say chaplets. At the same time, they are weaving the garlands for the bridegroom for happy occasions, and at the same time, they are also weaving the sheets of the white flowers to perfume the sleep of the dead. Thus, in the last and the fifth stanza, the writer tries to tell about the work of the flower girls who have what we can say sitting here in their shops in the market of Hyderabad, and they are busy in their work, and they are what we can say preparing various kinds of garlands and chaplets and what we can say sheets of the flowers with the help of different colored beautiful flowers. And by what we can say telling about their work, the writer also tries to show the contrast in their work, that how those flower girls are weaving at the same time the crown for the brow of the bridegroom, the chaplets for the what we can say garland of his bed, but at the same time they are also weaving the sheets of the white blossoms with the help of the fresh white flowers, those to be offered on the what we can say grave of the dead. So this, all the five stanza comes to an end over here. While concluding the poem, we can say that thus writer Sarojini Naidu gives a picture of Indian market of pre-independence era. The setting of the poem is crowded marketplace of Hyderabad. No doubt, the market which is pictured in the poem situated in Hyderabad. At the same time, that market is situated during the pre-independence era, but it symbolizes the every busy marketplace situated anywhere in India. The poet, or what we can say in the form of the poem, the poet also provides a perfect, tries to what we can say gives the picture of a market in a true sense. She describes the various kinds of colors, sounds, tastes, smells of the Indian market, and by what we can say doing so, we can say that the poem provides a perfect sensual experience to the readers by telling about the beauty and importance of Indian goods and Indian market. The writer also might be trying to give the message of Swadeshi, give the message of Indian made goods to the Indian people. She may wants to inspire, she may wants to tell the Indian citizens that everything is available in the Indian markets. Means what are the things that we use in our day-to-day life? All those things are created in India. All those things are produced in India. Those are available in the Indian markets, and she might be trying to give the message of using the Swadeshi goods, using the Indian goods, using the Indian made goods to the people of India. So at last we can say that this poem is a very fine lyric written by Sarojini Naidu, which is describing a market situated in city of Hyderabad. The market belongs to the pre-independence area, but at the same time, this market symbolizes the every Indian market which can be seen anywhere in India. I hope you might have understood